Hey guys, welcome to Simply Jan Homestead. Today I am canning venison meatballs and I'm doing it a couple different ways. Okay, so I put just a variety of spices in here. Dried onions from our garden, venison that the boss processed, and then I have some pasta sauce over here, and I have some beef stock, and these are going to be meatballs. Now, I put fresh onion in this, so this is just going to get canned. And then I read that you should use dried onions, and it was true because my meatballs started to fall apart. So you don't want to use fresh onions because they won't hold together. They're gonna do that. So I'll cook these up. We're not gonna waste those. But let's get started. I'm gonna get some meatballs cooked, partially cooked, and then we'll get them in the jars. The jars are down there in the oven, sterilizing, and let's make some meatballs. Hey y'all, when you're packing your meatballs, when you're rolling them rather, pack them tight. Pack them tight, and I find that they stay together much better that way. Roll them up, and what a fun project if you have kids that can help you. Because I gotta be honest with you, it's taken a long time to do this. And you can also take your meatballs, put them on a cookie tray, and put them in the oven. Now, I obviously did not do that. I'm frying them in the frying pan. And, you know, I'm just gonna put them in the jars like that. So, I've got almost all my meatballs rolled. Just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna finish cooking these up. I'm gonna clean the stove off. Well, then I'm gonna cook some more venison because I am doing just venison meat, not burgers or anything like that, just meat and canning it. So I have another bowl filled with venison that I have to cook. Then I'm gonna clean the oven up. Then, the stove. You know what I mean. And then I'm gonna put my canner on and get that water, 3 quarts of water, that's what I use. And I'm gonna get that warmed up and we'll start jarring this stuff up and get it canned. Now I'm doing quarts. It's gonna take 90 minutes for quarts, 75 for pints. But I'm doing quarts because, you know, we like meatballs and we like burger, and there's so much you can use it for. Soups, stews. I know people think stews, it's got to be chunked, but I don't know. Maybe in my world I'm different. I guess I am. So let's see. 2 more meatballs to go, and then I can go to the next step. That's the last of them. Here's the bowl of them. Y'all, it smells so good. So good. You've got your canner. You've got your canner. Here's the canner. Okay. You have your lid. Mine has a gauge and a weight and a vent and a gasket. Make sure your gasket is good and it's not dry or cracked because it will not work right. And look through that little vent. Make sure you can see air or light. Not air, light. Oh goodness, it's been one of them days. So make sure you can see light through it. And if all that's good, you're good to go. You are good to go. Time to turn my meatballs. Did I tell you you don't have to cook these? You can roll them up and do what they call a cold pack. Just put them in your heated jars and cook them. You don't even have to add liquid to it. Matter of fact, you don't add liquid to it. They will produce what they produce. And you just cook them for the 90 minutes in a quart, 75 in a pint, and you don't have to cook them. But I'm cooking these because I'm doing a hot pack. And that means I'm gonna add liquid to it. And you know, my liquid's gonna be some pasta sauce. So I just wanted to tell you that in case I missed this part of the burger, venison burger, is ready to be put in the bowl. And now we're gonna put the last batch in, and then we get to can. Yes. Decided not to cook the second batch of the meat. I'm gonna cold pack it, and then we're gonna put it all together. So got the stove cleaned up, gonna get the canner on and get it warming up. My jars are in the oven, they're warm, sanitized, and ready to go. Let's also talk about your stove. Make sure it's a stove that you can on. If it's not designed for that, it will crack your glass. And we don't want that. We don't want that. So make sure you can on your glass stovetop. Check your manufacturer. Okay, I've got my jars. I've got my funnel, my spatula, and my tongs. So we're gonna cold pack this. That's just raw meat going in, no liquid. Do not add liquid when you raw pack. It will produce what it needs to produce. And you're just gonna put it in that jar. I know the bowl's in the way, and I apologize for that, but that's how it worked out. And I should get 2 quarts out of this once I get it all in there. I'll move the bowl, y'all. Okay, here we go now. Is that better? Yeah, that's better. All right, so we're gonna pack that meat down in there and get it in there nice and tight. Maybe I won't get 2 quarts. Let's see. Let's see here. Well, if I don't, you want to have about 1 inch head space. And you know, it's not going to hurt anything if there's less in the jar. But I usually measure my inch head space right there at the bottom ring. Some people have measurers. Oh, look at there, I just realized. I have a measurer, and that is the 1 inch. Okay, so, here we go. Just make sure it's packed there. I never knew I had that roller, y'all. I have a little roller right there. All these years, that's too funny. Okay, so I got that. Yep, and now we're gonna do this one. Let's get that lid on there, hand tighten it. You don't have to bear down on this. And in the canner it goes. All right, let's do the next one. I just don't know if I'm gonna get a whole quart with this one. It smells good. I put onions and steak seasoning, garlic, paprika. What else did I put in there? Red pepper. And it smells good. I'm going to put a little Italian seasoning in this one too. Alright, so it's not going to be a full quart. Hopefully that won't mess it up. I don't think it will. But I'm not cooking with pints today, so, you know, it is what it is. You don't want to mix your cooked meat with your uncooked meat, so this is the way it's going to be. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? Violation, violation. Always take paper towel with your vinegar right there and clean that jar off. Because if you think you're super canner, there could be grease on there, and we don't want that. So make sure you clean the jar off. I'm so glad I caught that now. One time I was canning, and I had like 4 jars in there, and I forgot to clean the rims off. So back out they came. And I'm just gonna pack this down, and we're gonna can it. We're gonna do it. Make sure there's no air bubbles in there. Let's just pack it down. All right, y'all. That's how I cold pack, and you can cook the cold pack with the hot pack and have a pack. There we go. All right. Super excited about this step. I am so excited. Look at that beautiful meatball. Can you smell it? Wonderful. All right, I'm gonna put you on time lapse, because who wants to sit here and watch me spoon meatballs? I don't. All right, I've got 3 quarts of meatballs, and now I'm going to add the sauce. Well, let's start over here. And the sauce is heated up too, y'all, just to let you know. And it is delicious. So you want to make sure after you put your sauce in that you get all the air bubbles out. And I'll show you what that looks like. Let me fill this up. Okay. I'm just getting all that sauce down there. And it's gonna need more, way more. So I'm just gonna do it this way. And then I can push it down through there. It's got peppers and garlic and onions in it. It is gonna be an awesome treat just to open it. I'm not making a mess. Just to open it and pour it on the pasta. Whoops. I just moved you. I'm sorry. So make sure you get it. Get it down there good, and be careful you don't bust up your meatballs, you know. You can do it. You can do it. I've got my canner heating up. And this is the first time I've done this part. Meatballs and salsa. And again, you want about 1 inch head space, so be aware of that. But isn't that going to be deliciousness right there? And you can very carefully go through the middle. I see bubbles coming out, so I know I still have more air bubbles to get out. All right. Okay, so our vent is venting. You want a good steam like that. You're gonna do that for 10 minutes. Okay, our 10 minutes are up. Putting a 15-pound weight. I always mark my weights because I have two. And this is gonna go to 11 pounds of pressure. Right there, it's gonna hit 11. And we're gonna hold that for 1.5 hours when it hits 11 pounds of pressure. And then when it's vented, aha, there you go. The vent's gonna pop up, and now the pressure will begin to build on your gauge. Ooh, that's hot, I just touched it. Why can? Well, canning gives you a way to long-term store things. If your power was to go out in the winter time or even the summertime, you have a food source that's already canned and ready to go. That's venison stew. And it's gonna be so good, so good. So don't be afraid to can, it's so easy. You know, it's not like the old days where it can blow up on you from the pressure and all that stuff. It's not like that. It's the simplest thing. I think the prep takes more time sometimes than the actual canning. And so this is what I deal with when I'm filming. Yep, right there. You gotta love your dogs. They're awesome. Okay, perfect. I'm very happy with that. Okay, the timer went off. We're gonna turn the heat off. We're gonna wait until this button drops and that gauge goes to 0. This stays on, and when it goes to 0 and the valve is dropped, we can take our weight off and slowly open the lid. My gauge is at 0. But don't open it yet. Wait for the valve to drop. And then you can slowly open it away from your face. I'm just gonna let it go until it drops. Bam! There we have it. Remember, when you're taking your jars out, do not tip them. Oh, nice. Nice. That's hot. I had a little bit of seepage in there. Probably packed it. Yep, I packed it too high. Spaghetti and meatballs, pasta and meatballs, yay. Yep, might want to pack it a little bit lower, maybe down to here, instead of the 1 inch. You hear that pop? But it's okay. It's okay, y'all. Don't worry about a little seepage. Sometimes it happens, and it's okay. There we go. That's our raw pack, our cold pack. Or, yeah, these two had beef bouillon in them. And these are our meatballs and pasta sauce. Yum. Yum, yum, yum. Okay, y'all, thanks for coming along on my pressure canning video of venison, meatballs, ground venison, and cold pack. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something. Don't be afraid to can. It's okay. It's so easy. Y'all be blessed and love well. Bye now.